biology practical class. So in the previous class, Indra ma'am has completed the pedigree part, right? So today I will continue with the another two topic which is in your revised syllabus, that is from the spotting part, that is identification of stages of gamete development, that is TS of testis and TS of ovary through permanent slides from grasshopper or mice. Okay, and the second one is TS of blastula through permanent slides, mammalian blastula. Okay, so today I will discuss about these three, that is TS of testis, TS of ovary and TS of blastula, mammalian. Okay, already, yes, good afternoon, good morning. Already you have read all these in the theory portion, because there is a chapter that is human reproduction. I have discussed all these in the theory portion, and now today I will just show you the diagram from the book, because these are these are TAs, so you have to check it through the microscope. So this is not possible right now, so I will send you some pictures of the TAs of the testis, ovary and blastula. That means whatever you will see under the microscope, I have taken some pictures from directly from the microscope, focusing the part, actual main part, and I will send it to you through my assignment. Okay, so check my assignment. So and I have already uploaded the soil texture and moisture part. Have you checked, everyone? Please let me know. Okay, very good. So now it is clear na, about the texture part. Yes, good morning. It is clear na? Okay. So from this one also, that means on your examination day you have to check it through the microscope, you have to draw the diagram and you have to write down the identifying characteristics. That's why that particular side which I will provide you on your examination day, I have taken the picture from the microscope and I will send it to you. Okay, and I will send it to you within Monday. Okay, so please check my assignment part. Now come to the first practical, that is to study and identify the stages of female gamete in mouse mammal, that is testis and ovary through permanent slides. Why we have to read all this? As you know that gametes are the sex cells which are involved in the process of sexual reproduction, and gametes differ from the other somatic cells. And why? Because their nuclei contain half the number of chromosomes found in the nuclei of the somatic cells, because as we know that somatic cells are diploid, that is 2n, and gametic cells are haploid, that means n in number, and meiosis takes place at the time of gametogenesis, that means formation of gametes. Okay, so sperms gametes are of two types, male gamete, that is sperm, and the female gamete, that is ova or egg. Okay, so the sperm can be produced by the process spermatogenesis and the ova or egg can be produced by oogenesis. Okay, and this spermatogenesis occurs in the seminiferous tubules of the testes, whereas oogenesis occurs in the ovaries. You know all this. I know because I have discussed all this in detail whenever I was discussing the human reproduction part. Now, what are the requirements for this practical? So, we need the permanent slides of TS of testis and ovary and microscope. And what is the procedure? We have to fix the permanent slide under the microscope, and first we have to see it under the low power of microscope, then we have to focus it under high power of microscope. Usually we will provide this one under the low power of microscope. Now next part is observation. So what you will observe in case of TS of testis? So it is covered with a fibrous tissue which is called as tunica albuginea. which is called as tunica albuginea, and it consists of numerous seminiferous tubules embedded in the interstitial tissue. Various types of germinal cells are present from outside towards the lumen. And what is the sequence? First one is spermatogonia, then spermatocytes, then spermatids, then spermatozoa, then sperms. Right? I am repeating: spermatogonia, spermatocytes, spermatids, spermatozoa, sperms. Okay. So between these germinal cells, some pyramid cells are present, which are called as Sertoli cells, right? And a large number of spermatozoa with their head embedded in the Sertoli cells, which are present in the lumen of the seminiferous tubules. And the interstitial tissue also contain Leydig cells, which provide male sex hormones testosterone. So here we have got a large seminiferous tubules, and now means if we cut the testes, then we will get seminiferous tubules. Inside the seminiferous tubules, spermatogenesis process is taking place, and there we have got two types of cells: Sertoli cells and Leydig cells. So from the Sertoli cells, they are getting, the sperms are getting the nutrition, and from the Leydig cells they are getting the male hormone. That means from the Leydig cells, male hormones or androgens or testosterone can be produced. Okay. So now you will see the diagram, real image, but right now I will show you from the book. Okay. So let's check. Just a minute. If you are having the book, you can open it. Okay. So this is the actual diagram. This is the spermatozoa, spermatid, secondary spermatocytes, primary spermatocytes, Sertoli cells, spermatogonia. And this is the interstitial cell, one seminiferous tubule, another seminiferous tubule, another seminiferous tubule, and in between the seminiferous tubules there are some interstitial cells are present. You can see it. Okay. And this outer layering is called as tunica albuginea, and these pyramid shaped cells are called as Sertoli cells. Clear, everyone? And you can check it from your theory book also. Okay. So this is all about the very good. So this is all about the TS of the testes. Now come to the TS of the ovary. Okay. Now if we see the structure of the ovary, that the structure is bounded by a germinal epithelium followed by a thick layer of fibrous tissue. Again, it is considered as tunica albuginea. And the ovary, the outer portion of the ovary is considered as cortex, and the inner portion is called as medulla. Okay. And the medulla contains rounded some oval bodies called Graafian follicle. Okay. And inside the ovary, the development of the various stages of development can be found. Okay. And the medulla also contains blood vessels, nerve fibers, smooth muscles, and each follicle contains a large ovum surrounded by the many layers of follicle cells. Okay. And each follicle contains a large ovum surrounded, the cortex, this point I was repeating. Okay. And that the cortex contain young and mature follicles, and the cortex may also contain a large mass of yellow cells called corpus luteum. So inside the ovary, what we have seen, that there are different stages of development of different follicular cells can be found. Okay. So primary follicle, secondary follicle, and ultimately what we will get, the Graafian follicle. So the Graafian follicle is the matured follicle, and inside the Graafian follicle different layers are present, a cavity is present which is called as antrum, and in the one side portion a egg is present. Okay. So the matured or developed follicle is considered as Graafian follicle, inside which we can find the different layers. Already I have discussed in the theory part. Today I am not telling it in the detail. So inside that we will get a egg, and on the 14th day or the ovulation day of the menstrual cycle, the eggs will be released from the Graafian follicle, and after releasing the egg will be cast up by the fallopian tube, and it will be passed to the fallopian tube where the fusion with the sperm will take place and fertilization will take place. But what will happen to the remaining part of the Graafian follicle? The remaining part of the Graafian follicle will be converted into a Eolus type of substance which is called as corpus luteum, and from these different hormones can be released. Okay, so this is all about the ovary. Okay, so now for this practical, what precautions we should take? First, you have to observe the slide under the low power of microscope, and after that you have to observe it under the high power of microscope. And you have to use the fine adjustment screw of the microscope. And first you have to focus it under the low, then under the high. And as you are handling with the microscope, you have to be very careful whenever you are using the microscope, right? So first practical, that is practical number 3, practical number 2, identification of stages of gamete development, that is TS of testis and TS of ovary through permanent slice. We have completed these two. I will send the picture of these two. Now come to the, and you can see the picture from the book also first, and after that you have to see the real image. Now come to the next one, TS of blastula through permanent slides. TS of the mammalian blastula through permanent slides. So this is the object of our next practical, and just a minute. Okay. So what is blastula? First we have to know that after the fertilization, the zygote will start dividing. Okay, so after the repeated division, these are called as cleavage. So cleavage includes a series of successive and mitotic division which transforms it into a structure which is called as zygote. So first fusion of the male and female gamete, that means sperm and ovary will take place, that is called as fertilization, and after mitotic division will take place from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, like this 16 to 32, and after this cleavage division, spherical mass or ball-like structure will be formed which is called as blastula. Okay, and the single cell stage was called as zygote. That means zygote will convert into a multicellular structure which is called as blastula or blastocyst. Okay, and this cleavage will occur in the upper portion of the fallopian tube and results into this solid mass of cells which is called as morula. At the next stage of development, which produces an embryo with about 64 cells called blastula or blastomere vesicle. So you have to mention the number of cells in case of blastula. This is a main identifying point. If you don't write the number of cells, then marks may be deducted. Okay, so this was the objective, that to study the TS of blastula through permanent slides. And what are the requirements? Same, the permanent slides of blastula and microscope. And what is the procedure? You have to fix the TS of the blastula slide under microscope. First you have to see it under low power of microscope, and then after high power of microscope. Now next part is observation. So what you will observe? A spherical mass of ball-like structure which is having about 64 cells. So in case of blastula we will get 64 cells. Okay, so now it is composed of an outer envelope of cells which is called as trophoblast. In the previous exam also I have asked a question which is called as trophoblast. Okay, and within the envelope there is a fluid filled cavity. I was telling a term, that is blastocyst. So inside the blastocyst or blastula there is a fluid filled cavity which is called as blastocyst. Okay, and the side of the blastocyst to which the inner cell mass is attached is called embryonic or animal pole. Okay, so in that structure we will find two poles, animal pole and vegetal pole. This is not in your syllabus, I think, but this type of structures can be found. Okay, so what you will write, you will just write the main characteristics which you have read in your theory part. That means, and what you will be able to find it out. That means a spherical mass of cell, that is 64 cells, and it is having that outer envelope, that is trophoblast. You have to write down the about the blastocyst. Okay, so these are the main identifying characteristics of blastula. Yes, yes. So now come to the next come to the diagram. Let me show you from the book. Okay, so these are the different formative cell. This is inner mass, this is trophoblast, and this is trophoectoderm. This cavity is called as blastocyst, and the outer layer is called as zona pellucida. Okay, so this is the TS of blastula, and very good. So these are the different stages of development. That is, zygote is single cell stage. Okay, zygote is single cell stage, and blastula, after that division will take place, and after that this structure will be called as, when it will be 64 cell stage, it is called as blastula. Okay, so what precautions we should take? First we have to focus the slide under low power and then high power of microscope, and you have to use the focus of adjustment. So from this you have to read what is cleavage, what is morula. Okay, so we have read about the blastula, and what is morula, you have to know. That is the solid mass of cells formed after the cleavage is called morula. Okay, what is blastocyst, what is implantation, that means attachment. After this formation of blastocyst, this attachment of the blastocyst will, the endometrium or uterine wall will take place, and implantation usually occurs after the 7 days of fertilization. Okay, so first zygote single stage cell, then morula by cleavage, and after that when it will convert into 64 cell state, it will be called as blastula. Okay, so these are the different questions that can be asked from the blastula part, and from the previous one, what is gametogenesis, spermatogenesis, oogenesis, how these gametes can be released. From this type of question may be asked in your viva. Okay, that means as you have read it in the theory portion also, so from the theory part questions will be asked in your viva for this particular practical examination. Okay. From the section B, practical 1. No. Whatever I will tell you or whatever I will discuss is, you have to write down just those only. Okay. So from practical B, no need of writing option A. That means 1. So today we have completed 2 and 4. Okay, so in my next class I will discuss about the important practical, that is salivary amylase part. Okay, so for today that's it. Thank you and bye bye everyone.